the budget and infrastructure, SR 14, this wasn't even on the radar, forgive the pun. It's a non-issue. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of our time as citizens. We have so many more things that are important to discuss, and not those things that were not even an issue until an initiative was raised. I feel that when I hear terms, I received an email today with a quote from a council person using the term big brother. And those kinds of things scare me when I hear that, because it is causing fear-mongering. You know I'm a psychologist. You know I know about this stuff. I know how it works. And I don't want to scare the citizens in order to make them do things. I want people to feel inspired. I want them to feel like you're inspiring them and that they can trust you. And that's not what's happening with this kind of an issue. It should just not even be on the table at this time. It's what we call a theoretical issue. And we really don't want to lose that tool. And I think that got brought up in the workshop. You don't want to lose your tools. And you want to understand what they are. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Martha.
Larry Wagner, 627 20th Street. I have a press release here to hand out to the council people. Actually, I think this
Oh.
Anyway, this is kind of on a good note. We're talking about grants and things and money, where it comes from and stuff. Anyway, the company I work for is Georgia Pacific, and they have a program called the Bucket Brigade Grant Program that funds critical equipment and training. And last week I was informed that we had succeeded in getting a $10,000 grant from them. $10,000 comes from Atlanta, $5,000 from the Camas Mill. And they've been doing this since 2006. We successfully got a grant also in 2006 for $10,000. So this is $20,000 that Georgia Pacific out of their coffers has spent on fire departments throughout the country. And I just wanted to give you guys just a little bit of good news.
Thanks, Larry.
Excellent. Larry, thank you for taking the time to put in the grant application as well. Any other members of the public wishing to address the council this evening? Yes, don't be shy.
I'm Tom Fauser. I live at 2441 Main Street. And I would like to ask Mr. Evers if the lights in the trees are still in the trees.
What's that?
The lights in the trees, are they still in the trees
At where?
in town?
No.
When the lights were first installed, it was really a welcome home to Washougal. No matter what hour you came in, to see the lights in the trees, less on the obelisk or whatever it's called, plus the street lights. I would like the city to turn them back on. It just feels good coming home to Washougal and seeing the lights turned on. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tom.
My name's Darlene Hopkins, and I read about the Washougal utility rates could increase. So it was pretty scary. And I called today, and the lady said there was a meeting tonight, and so that's why I'm here. And what I asked her was, with this increase, what is that going to be my cost as a homeowner? And it looks like a lot.
Yeah, we're, staff is currently working on some actual information that will bring it down to, on average bills, what the increases are and that type of stuff. But prior to those rate increases being adopted, changed, not adopted, there certainly will be additional city council meetings where where we'll also be taking comment and additional information on the increases will be made. Thank you, Mrs. Hopkins. Anybody else in the public? Okay, moving into the consent agenda. Consent agenda this evening consists of 6 items. The minutes from the joint Camas-Washougal work session of September 20th, the city council minutes of October 4th, the workshop minutes of October 11th, the regular accounts payable claims in the amount of $253,389.21, and Agenda Bill 142-10, setting a public hearing for the 2011 budget, and Agenda Bill 143-10, setting a public hearing for the surplus of old Public Works Sharp copier.
Mr. Mayor, I ask unanimous consent that the consent agenda be approved as read.
Seeing no objection, so ordered. Mayor's report, I have really just 3 dates to give you for items coming up. October 28th, the countywide mayor's breakfast, 7 a.m. down at the Hilton Hotel in Vancouver. November 5th, I believe you all should now have invitations for the Port of Camas-Washougal's anniversary for their 75th year. I believe that starts at 10 in the morning that morning and goes until 1. And then also December 4th, Saturday, December 4th is the date that the downtown merchants have set for the Washougal Christmas tree lighting. They're making some plans for a Christmas tree display down in the Washougal Town Center or Town Square building. So we'll be bringing back some additional information for you, but if you want to put that date on your calendars for the afternoon and evening of December 4th. With that, Mr. Stevenson, do we have any correspondence?
No, I do not.
Okay. Council comments. Any council members? Molly?
Just a comment about Saturday, and for those of you that don't know, Commissioner Bolt had sent out invitations to everyone to help out with the Habitat for Humanity project. Was primarily electeds, and there were a lot of fire commissioners and volunteer firemen from different districts there. And so, as Mayor Gard had mentioned, Councilman Greenlee, Morris, and myself were also there, and that's the first time I've really been on a Habitat project. There were about, I would say 30, 35 people there, and it was a blast. We had a really good time, and I think our wall, after we finished, a wall and a half of siding looked better than anybody else's. So we did a really good job. And furthermore...
It's a good thing all 3 of you were on the same walls.
Yeah. What was very interesting is that the Habitat here in Clark County has a new position, which is their Faith Outreach Director, and he lives right here in Washougal. He's a young man of the family that goes to Washougal school districts, and he is very excited about a new project called Brush for Humanity, where he's still in the project conception phases, where he would gather crews of volunteers to help rehabilitate the homes of people over 65 who are below the poverty level or of small economic means. And as he met us that afternoon, he indicated a desire that maybe the best place to start would be right here in Washougal.
Excellent.
So it might be a great opportunity